Had a little setback in the set, well, entanglement. Freaking, it'd be cool to have music, and just get tired of just me talking stories and decipher those songs. But my other phone, I have to put the password in. So I came over here with the router. There's good, they're the same, and nope, no, they're not. There's one ends in 0 and one ends in 2. And are those zeros O's? And Shelly told me which one it was, and some of them O's, some are zeros. The O ring. So that was the problem. So no music today. But we'll get that one figured out. Put a little bit more stuff in these shows, and these stories, and then I was just getting cleaned up over there. I had a nice, shiny, fancy purple shirt. I was like, "Oh, that'd be good for today's show." And well, where is it? I went around for like 20 minutes, searching every nook and cranny over there. And I was like, well, maybe I'm not supposed to do the show. Maybe I'm not supposed to be fancy. These are nice shirts. When I got thrown in the loony bin a couple months ago, I just went in with my flip-flops and my t-shirt. That's all I had. Then the days kept rolling on, and clothes were getting grimy. And Molly's friend Tracy lived up there real close to that facility, and she brought me a couple real nice shirts, underwear, nice fabric. Thank you, Tracy, for that. Those were awesome. That was one of those shirts. But what am I doing? Telling stories to get to know, so you can get to know me, and also because to make peace with the past, and the seemingly bad things that I thought had happened to me were part of my projection, right? And the characters, car is your heart, and then they're acting, and they're in my set. And you ultimately love them, but you haven't figured out that it was what was going on. I was projecting onto them that they were causing problems in me, but it was really I was recognizing something in them that I wanted to change in me, and to apologize. And I saw it there in the set. It was that show, Everything Earnest, or Earnest. Of course, Earnest is from the heart, right? That was on the projection show. I thought that was a pretty cool, thing to go do that. So that's what I'm really doing. So if I'm stepping on anyone's toes, I'll try to I'll just not say the first letter or name, or do it delicately. This is delicate work, man. This is like inner heart surgery. That's where I'm at. This neighborhood is actually called Old Town North. It's kind of cool, That's why it's all wonky in here with these roads and things. But I'm up on the patio, so yeah, that's my view. Got all that. It's just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And so that's the set. It's a symbol of what is going on in the real alchemical place in here. So so I'm cleaning. Just up in here cleaning. In the heart of Ohio, get the heart, cleaned out, so it can just be love. That's what I'm transforming, into. And so yeah, it's not like I need you to do this for me. Not at all. But to make peace with the ones that I've hurt, because that's what it was really going. That's why I was getting mad. So I'm going back and just cleaning out those places so that they're clean. And I'm going around here so that they're clean on the set, I'm not doing I don't need accolades, from these guys. Hey, it's the gift of that. So it's a good thing, and but yeah, it's hard. Factors involved, and but I'm not bitching or complaining about anything. It's everything. It's already happened, really. We've been playing this game with each other collectively for eternity, and so that's part of the revelation, that no one's doing really anything to they can't. We're all gods projecting that out there, but we enjoy it ourselves out there because that's what's fun. And the sports stuff, like the ball game was on. Probably the Browns are on now. I think Browns are back, but no fans. No fans. Well, what's the meta message there? I didn't know, but then I just got it before I was coming over here, because what's happening when these events are staged on the stage? The world is a stage. The God part of it, that's what's watching. That's the fans, right? The super consciousness. then that's what's generating the perceived consciousness out there. And it cares about its children because it loves them. But, it's real interested. Protect them. That's what this, on the set, that's what all those fans represent. Would represent, because we're just growing up and developing so that you could take on that role and really actually protect the children. But you got to do that one in here first, right? That's where anything happens. But little by little, getting those corners, and one of the more recent things I saw on the box was a guy driving around Lower Manhattan, and it's gone, man. They just boarded up. Nobody's there. And what was the problem? It's too many people. It's too congested. It's getting gummy. It's getting clogged up. So this super consciousness, it reads that from all the people who are there, frustrated, that New York attitude, and it's just cleaning. It cleans. But it has to do it through the mirror, right? So all this, that's how you do it. Scare that part out. So if you're living in an area like that, expect some type of event. We know that from the Seth books, channeling. I can never remember her name. It's in a memory place. I don't know. But Seth speaks. There's a lot of good stuff in it. Not the whole tomato, but that when natural disasters happen, it's because of the collective consciousness. They're all witnessing, and they needed some. It was the heart problem. There's too much conflict in there, and that's for them to bond and help, and that they need each other, get their attention. So like something will happen in Mexico City, I'm sure eventually, or in Sao Paulo. Eventually, if it gets that, there's all that suffering in there. Struggling in the samadhi, it's hurting the child, and that's what's read by the fans on the stage. But that's that super consciousness. It's 99.9%. It's real interested when the child gets scared because it loves it, and but that's us. And but that ultimately only you can scare yourself. So it enjoys the show. Like, what's going to happen? That's what's I felt that part, comes out a little bit, that energy body. But Lower Manhattan, always just wanted to go there. It's one of my places. And in high school, I was getting recruited out of for football, and you get recruiting trips. And I took one, Cornell, beautiful, but nobody's heard of it, because I've lived in Springfield and just not exposed to shit. Harvard, I'd heard of. Try to get that one. No. But, I hand wrote my essay. It's like, well, if football has the power there, then I don't need to do that much, So that was my test for them. But, yeah, no, it wasn't really meant to be. Philadelphia for Penn. That's a good story there. Nice trip, but, it's pretty enough. I wanted to bring my dog. I was in the middle of the city. And there was another one in there, Yale. I was like, Yale? But no, it wasn't pretty enough. I want my dog in New Haven, shithole. The campus is beautiful, the old Tartarian buildings and the smartest people. But, it's all bullshit, right? Saying all them out of their mouths is nonsense. This is in the set. It's the upside down world out there. And so, yeah, I settled on Cornell, but I had another to get like 5, and I was like, well, hey, Columbia, hey, I'll come play for you. So I think I reached out to them, and coach, I think, whatever the energy was, he knew that I didn't want to go there. Harlem, New York, and so I didn't get offered to go there. I always had a chip on my shoulder because Dartmouth never was interested. Princeton wasn't interested, so I always played extra hard against them. But yeah, I did. So the first time I got to go there was 92. We were playing Columbia up there, and the team came up, and the program had a benefactor, Weiss, big rich Jew. Am I allowed to say that? But that was just for the guys on my team. That was their role model. Like, hey, come work, sit at that desk, and do all these games. You get money and you get the house, and it's that lure of samadhi. But you get a nice view from up there, man. You can Statue of Liberty, all the stuff around New York, Central Park. It's cool. But I remember walking down the street and some people passing me, and I was just like, I was thinking they were like little kids, but I looked close and it was like a grown man, but like 5 feet tall, like size of children. New York down in there, those corners. I was like, what? I picked that one too when people moved to Ohio. They're like, man, the people here are big, tall, corn-fed. So that was that first one there. But yeah, so that's what that COVID was doing in those places. That's why it hit extra hard, and we're LA and big cities to be cleaned up, and then separate, and come back together again, and that's that dance. But the dance was getting too, and so the superorganism, that's its immune system to move things around, right? Katrina, and we're doing it. No one's doing anything to us. That's what directs the set, is our feelings. But it's coming, right? Or being projected. So in the past, you feel it in your heart first. Senior year, well, these stories are like when I clean. I start to do one thing, but I got to go do about 10 other things before it makes sense, you know what I mean? So where should this one start? And so I got my ass kicked. We covered that, and I saw Alice's energy body come out, and so I was off my senior year. My teammates saw that, and I was like, man, that's not good. Big wags because ass kicked by these little wrestlers. I was like, hey, what? There were like 5 of them, and I was unconscious, and all they did was give me black eyes. So if I'd have hit them, I'm like, goodbye, good night. Don't want that. But it's a lesson for me. Of course, that one originated because I was drunk and lonely and missing my mom, and I saw that female figure, and that was operating from that child, what I was missing, my wound. But it was one of the wrestlers' girlfriends. That's why that happened. So senior year, Zingo was gone. Draga stepped in his place finally. Been waiting for 2 years, and Draga's cool with that. But there was a freshman had come in, and there was no more freshman football team that was separate. They were just on the team, the way it should be, probably. But his father was a big shot back in in his time, and so he was really good. And so there it was, but there were even a couple more pieces in that because they're doing this new defense, and it's going to have like a spot bar. We're going to have every gap plugged and a spot man, just one middle linebacker for the short yardage stuff. And I kind of was in there, like, well, be Wags or be Draga. Draga just wasn't a starter yet. And I did it a couple times, and but then, no, it was Draga because he's called the signal caller. It's the Sam linebacker. So, and I got my ass kicked. I had lost some of my shine, right, because of my wound. And so there was that, but the bigger one was, now we're doing a nickel package. So another defensive back comes in, someone's got to come out. I'm walking off the field. I was a preseason All-American. I was getting some hype. I was in those little magazines and stuff. Watch this one. And so here I'm projecting out. Oh, is that really right? Good thing to do? Dumb football coach, take the best player off the field for a freshman so they might throw the ball around? Why don't you just tell me who to cover? I'll cover the tight end. Fucking care, man. Am I a good player or not? I'm projecting. I was angry, and I wanted that prestige and those accolades so I could get my mother's attention to love me. And so the season starts, and I'm walking off the field, and I'm sultry, man. I'm surly. My body language. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. And I'm yapping some players, and I was talking, just saying things, get on the coach's nerves, mad at them, and all that. And but we were winning barely, and we barely won our first 6 games. I mean, we're 6-0, and we were up at I don't forget. I think it was about Fordham. That's what it was. Fordham. We only had fans on one side, stands, It's in up there in New York City. Nopper, bring Nopper on the stage. His joke was, like, you make a big play, and you stand up and you're like, yeah, to the crowd. Oh, but then you got to turn around because they're only on one side. Oh, man. But during that game, I got to get the footage. I think it's on Cornell databases and stuff. Should be. But there's one play that is just off the hook. Hilarious. Like 4 of us. Garrett's free safety. Me. Doug is a cornerback, and I think Johnny was in on that. And but somehow they were just running a sweep, and we're all coming from our different positions, and we just like ran into each other. And that guy just ran for a touchdown. I think it was the first play of the game. It was coaches were reviewing the film, and it was like Keystone Cops, but it was just hilarious. And so game's coming down, and they scored that touchdown, but they missed the extra point, and then we scored a touchdown, and so we're winning 7-6. But they're driving down the field at the end of the game, and I was like, this is not good. They're getting a little bit too close here, and here comes the fullback. It's another theme that's in a lot of these stories. Is that fullback? That was my nemesis on the set, and they tried to just do one of those plays, just jam it up in there and get the first down. And I was like, this has got to change. I was like, what can I do? But I saw the ball, and I just, as hard as I possibly could, I jammed my hand up in there and just got the tip of that ball. He hit it good. Fullbacks are tough, man. I don't think he was expecting that, I was like, I could do something different, man, be unpredictable. And I just pulled as hard as I could. The thing just popped out, but it was in a big scrum, or what do they call that? Skirmish. And so nobody saw that. The ball flipped out, and Dickie, tight end from DU, the football fraternity at Cornell, he recovered it, and Dickie recovered the fumble, and I got no credit. like what? Oh man! So we won the game. I didn't get any credit. I was mad. I was a little pissed off, man. I was like, I did that. And so 6-0, and then here comes Brown. I didn't want to go to Brown. It's like bucolic. It's like boring. But and their colors were boring. That's why I didn't want to go to Brown. I mean, these are really thin colors, man. I think it's just adult life and kids are doing that. Colors out there. So they're 0-3 in the league. We're 3-0. Home game for us. My family's up. Uncle Jim, cousin Tommy. I think Molly, you came, and we were expected to win, right? And but we got our asses handed to us, man. Like 36-14, and I just wasn't on my game. So I was angry, walking off the field, embarrassing, and I had an interception just like right to me, But no, I was just Mike Whaley hands from the North guys. Paul just hit him in the chest and his arms. I mean, so it's like one of that, and I just hear the crowd just, and so that happened. We lost the game, and then on Monday I get called in, and well, guess what the problem was? Dumb football coach. That was me, so they're gonna move in. So Johnny's gonna have to come play my position. I'm out. Yeah, I'm the reason we lost that football game, but in a way it was because I had all that stuff, that anger, and it was causing them those issues, and it probably was the issue, But those coaches, I mean, I always had a thing for them football coaches. Why can't you be smarter? But I got to make peace with that. That was me. I needed to be smarter about the way I was going about my life and my affairs. And these are the bad things that happen, seemingly. So I'm just making peace with that. And so I was rooting against our team. So I didn't go to practice the next day. Coaches were like, and but then I went back in there, see what would happen. It's my team, my squad, and I thought about I want to end up the rest of my life saying, well, no, I quit because I didn't want that on my record. And I went back, did what I did, played special teams, got a few shots in there, a couple series, because the guy who played Johnny's position was my freshman roommate, and he's a great guy, but not me. So I'm sure that was symbolic, obviously, of course, but, I got in once and then went to Yale the next game, got beat, and I was like, that was what I was doing. But I got in one series and I was so frustrated at everything, and I just did this like big center, like 6'6" guy, and I just went for it, man. I just tried to take him out. But he's too big. I couldn't do it. I didn't have my energy game together, and trying so hard. We had some TV packages, and I had a professor, Wanda, bring her in. Is she nutrition department there? And there's some lessons, a lot of lessons in there to Ernest. But she was watching on the TV, and I know that was the play that she was watching. Seeing me struggle like that, and I found all the frustration in my life. So that was, there was another game we lost. And but the last game, here comes Penn, our sort of rival. And we were both 6-0. Like, the league was like, oh, this is going to be really good. But no, we lost the next 3. And I always liked Penn. I almost went there. So maybe the next one I will go there, because I was curious what my role would be there, because they had 2 other really good linebackers. So maybe finally then I could get to play safety. That was my natural born position, to see everything. Safety blitz, run the whole show. He's the captain of the vessel. Good Willie and man, those guys, man, they were really good. So I'm like, that was pretty good too. I'd be in there somewhere, free safety. We ran into them down in Mardi Gras. We knew who each other were. You get the scouting reports, see who these guys are. What the story is, and you play with them, and get to know them, a little bit. And so in the Penn game, wouldn't that be cool? 9-0, 9-0. I'm a star player on Cornell's team, and we would win the league 10-0, and we go down into the gorge. So one end is open. The over is a gorge. When Cornell had won it, I saw this in the record. That's what happens. Baby comes out, and then we go jump in the gorge in the water. What could get any better than that? But my mommy, she fucked that up in that dream. So I'm tracing it back to those little places. Why that would have happened? I'm not blaming anyone. That was me, and I fucked it up because of my issues. I got to forgive myself for that. So, game's going on. I was playing a little bit more then, because it was a little bit better look to the defense. And it's a close game, real close, and they always were. And, well, once again, walking off the field for the freshmen. And, oh, guess what? Boink. 50-yard pass all the way down to the 1-yard line. 1-yard line. And I was like, yep, good choice there, coach. I'm chirping at them. But I'm on the goal line defense, so I got to jog back out there. I used to just jog up, and then I was just walking off. Just walk off. So I go back out there, and I remember right before that play, my heart felt it. They're going to score and win the game. I knew it, because it's already been played. It's in the projector. And I was in there. I saw my role, and I knew where it was coming. There was quick. They always had these quick little black guy, but fast. That was the challenge. But I appreciate that about them, that team. And they had cool. Their uniforms were cool. They had beards and black shoes, and I was like, they're men. I like that. Our coach. Nope, I couldn't grow my hair out longer than this. I had it all grown, but couldn't come out of the helmet. And we had to wear these big, dumb, goofy white shoes. I don't want that next time. But I have to correct my passions. My passion was getting angry, and it's all connected. So I saw it, and I couldn't make the play, but my inner me wanted them to score and win. And they did. and that's one of those eternal moments I had there where play's over. I just walk. It was all the way at the far end. So I had to walk 100 yards across the field. I took my helmet off, flung it over there towards them. Not at them, but towards them. I would have unstrapped my gear, taking that off, the other fans' face would have been reacting, you know. And that was it. I was walking to the field house and I'm done. But I didn't. It'd been a good theater, good production, but you know, probably not. I don't know, embarrassed this, you know, grown man's, you know, his career. You know. So I just went, left, done. And that might be the picture, Molly, of you and me. I think it might have been that game, the last game. This shit is hard, man. Cleaning's hard. This is hard. But I love it all. It's just, you know, part of the process. So I was always going to Manhattan, and having my experiences there is one of my places. You know, at Albuquerque, New Mexico is just one of my places. Columbia, Missouri is one of my places. I'm gonna repeat. Portland, Oregon is one of my places. It took a long time to get to that one. But now, who knows how long the time is. Might be taking the train to Portland, the high-speed train, get there in, you know, an hour. I was driving 36 hours. It's 2,500 miles from Columbus to Portland. I did that drive 6 times in 3 years, 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, doesn't matter, but too many times. That's a lot of driving. But there's a lot of stories in there. And I was like, whatever, if there's something out there trying to beat me, it's giving me a lot of time to think. Like, they should have done that. That originator of the perceived reality is there. It's that way. So I came home from Columbia to Columbus for the summer. It's a theme. Things keep repeating in my life. Came home for the summer. I was still with B. When I was 18, I was, you know, oh, we can't go to the bar. She had her day of the week, and but she was like the one there, you know, for not to rank all my girlfriends, but you know, she really got me. You know, we had really raging together, and she had hers. Her father supposedly had you know, the virus, and she was 14, and he got taken off the set from the treatment for that virus. That's what the set does. You don't go into that set. That's what its function is for, to keep the game going. Ultimately, it's really sad for us in here because we don't know that we're eternal, and it's like, oh, something's gone. But you know, it's not always like that. You know, the Celtics, or you know, that culture where this frequency was running, they protected their children. You know, eternal, welcome. Where were you? You know, on our set, we get some of it like Dalai Lama. Oh, they come back, and everyone's, hey, you're back. You know, and someone is leaving. Hey, see you on the way back. You know, they're aware of that. They know that, so they're not afraid of death. They're enjoying life. Lose that fear. Where's the fear? Only one can fear you is you. So, you know, afraid of death. It made this life be a little more attentive to it, you know. That's what it's for, but you can't really die. That part doesn't die. Shut out your skin. Change your clothes. Right? I need to change my clothes in that mental hospital. I was getting dirty. I was just like, I need some clothes, man. I need some clean clothes. So this is what I'm going through. I need some clean clothes for the way I was going about my life. But I have to make peace with the stuff in my life through these stories. I want to get to know you guys. How do you get to know someone face to face and talk about stories, talk about the set, fireside chats, and so I came back. Brittany drove all the way out to Missouri. She's like, that's too far. 8 hours, you know, from Columbia to Columbus. A lot of C's, a lot of 39 parallels. I was like, yeah, you're right. So we would meet halfway. I think it was Terre Haute, Indiana. And we'd go to some flea bag hotel and do our thing, have fun, enjoy each other, you know, fight. So, come back to Columbus. I'm working at Bob the Fish Guy for the summer. Molly's with Marcus. She worked it out. That's another theme. I said, hey, John, work here. Go over here, do this, John boy. Go do this, John boy. It's just part of our relationships. Kind of cool for me because, you know, interact with her. I love her. It's my sister. Have fun, partying, and fighting. It's that fighting part. Them fighting words. And then the whole set wants to see that whole energy body. You can feel it. It squeezed out through me several times. But that's the real collective consciousness that we all share, that we are all the one. But I was like, yeah, of course, break up for a while. I need some more drama. I need somebody to cheat on me so I can yell and, that's what was mine, was that jealousy. I was jealous. So I was mad at my mom. Why did you leave? Break up the family. So this is part of that correction. But I had one coming in. I had the replacement. Make sure I had to look at. All right, this looks good. So I started grooving with her. Cute, beautiful. So we did our thing for the summer. Fun, pretty good. But not the one and experience. Her and I, we'd never fought at all. So there's that. We were doing that though, joining that, and she moved away up to Lower Manhattan, and I went in the summer. Brittany and I got back together again, so we could do that, and then that would. But I was leaving her again in Columbus, going back to school, doing that. Take that. Dumb shit behavior from acting out of that wound. You make bad decisions and you hurt people. And I want to apologize to every single one. But they're great stories. So she moved, and she had her boxes out, and I saw I caught a picture. It caught my eye of her and a big brother. What's the right word? So I don't have some knucklehead coming at me and calling me a fucking racist. What, a dark skin, big black guy, man, and a little white girl. That was my theme for that, So I just grabbed that picture and kept it stuck in my pocket. Or, not big. There were several of those kind of. I mean, I couldn't see. It was just like a chest up shot, but they didn't have any clothes on. I was like, ooh. And so on the computer, porn sites, and pictures then, right? I mean, the videos, like you had to go pay for the videos, or I had my pictures. And my favorite picture was this little petite white blonde girl sucking a big black Johnson, man. That was my thing, man. Get my fire juice burning. And I was like, oh, but wow, someone I know, and they're on the internet, and it's up there. Like, is it the same photo shoot? And so I had to tell someone. Who's the one person I could tell, but Brittany, and you think that's the same thing? It's like, so I don't know if I said that. Gotta be careful about these pictures, man. They leak out on the internet, and the whole world's looking at them. And all right, but if you got something to hide from getting taking it personally, then that's your lesson to figure that out. Everything's seen. There's no escape from that one. And so I moved and I packed up. Somehow that picture, the active one, got academic books, and I went back and I was talking to my advisor in Missouri, Mark Flynn, and trying to figure out what my subject was going to be for my project, and I brought a few books, a few ideas, and chatting. Mark's another one of my guys. We got a ton of stories there. My first experience going into grad school was just fly to Dominica Island in the Caribbean. I was like, this is good. I was a week late for the start of classes. Mark was, I don't know. He was a week late too. You can get away. Maybe I was saying something that I wasn't supposed to say. That's why the Wi-Fi cut out. But I'll just get a little bit closer to the broadcast signal. Oh, I put in that thing in with the music, and yeah, one of them is 5G. 5G's here. That's like, thank God. Finally, I got some support. So, I was talking to Mark Flynn, and he flipping through the book, and there it was. He saw it. I was like, just his reaction, to that. And I was like, oh nope, you weren't supposed to see that. But just an eternal moment, right? Like, all right, well, covering up? That was the way I was going about that stuff. was, that was my thing, but he sees it on my set. So, that's all good. I put a couple other little, just a couple pieces because they're just so funny, and it ties all the, you start knotting these things together. But Pauline, my grandma, she had hers, and my grandfather, he had his. My grandfather, his was, parental abandonment, take care of, protect the children. He went to go work when he was like, I forget the numbers. It was too young though, like 8, working with the horses. His parents too poor, or what? Send an 8-year-old child to go do that, but he bonded with the horses. That's where he found solace. And he went to the Kentucky Derby when he was 14, and then he went for the next 60 years in a row. I got in a newspaper article about that. This is pretty remarkable. But yeah, he was what was he? And but he had his wounds, so he was philandering on my grandma, and she was getting pissed, and she had hers. Her mother was exited off the stage when she was only 13. That was the wound there. A child needs a loving mother and father, but they need to love each other first so that they can protect that child, and then the child is protected from that. To remind us that, it doesn't seem like much up here, but down there in that emotional world, that child's, that's what's forming its projection, but it's getting smudgy. It's taking its shine because it's the negative side in the samadhi, right? But it's very traumatic and powerful. And when we come up here, we pretend it doesn't exist. And it seems like it might be a little bit scary, and that's why your ego mind doesn't want to go there. But yeah, but you have so much more power than you could ever imagine. Eternal observer, spirit, love, that's all that you can do it. But the ego, it has to wall it off for that period. Because the energy and the emotions of the child are primary. That's the real stuff, the real building material. So our objective here in the long term is that any child that comes into the life, that the loving parents just did not fire down below at that age when they're not prepared. Then they're going to be fighting and ringing their bells, and that's why it's children raising children. But yeah, it's in everyone. If you're getting angry at anything, that's coming out. Because that's it. That's the lesson. You're getting angry, and that's rooted in that original trauma body. And Pauline, everyone came to Grandma's house. They just sat around the table and talked, told stories and laughed, tried to figure this life out. My grandma was an awesome talker, But she had her wound young, and so her energy was attracted to my grandpa's energy, and he had his wound young, and so they fought. They did knucklehead stuff, and transmitted. And my grandpa, he was a big drinker, and the 3 children. But I've noticed that because my grandpa would come back periodically and visit his children and us. I could know him a little bit, and we went up there a couple times. Funny stories in there, Molly, right? Luggage on top of the car. John Boy sleeping in the car. Whoop, somebody came and just took the luggage. I had a wet dream on that trip. I was sleeping. I said, what is that? So, there's that. It's that urge not to feel bad about it, but I wish I would have known to get that under control a little bit, and but I didn't have 2 loving parents to help me through that phase of what all that is. I had 2 loving parents, obviously, right, but they each had theirs. This 10 generations, shit, man. Got this one, and then one on my dad's side, a little bit down deeper in there. It's the eternal dance. And stories are like, whoa, but so that's therapy. Our faces, and Grandma told her stories, and I'm like, shit, maybe you have to get wounded to have these crazy stories. Who cares if it's peace, love, and happiness? Oh. But I mean, just immediately, it's nice to not have. I'm not angry. Or people come at me, I kind of just laugh, But I gotta be careful. I don't stimulate, I suppose. But you're fucking racist. Oh, when I said Wanda, she's a Polish. She's Polish person. If that guy has any more drama he's trying to project onto me, well, I tell the Wanda stories, man. Those are insane. But it's because of my drama, my wound. But so Grandma and Sammy, and he's doing his thing, sneaking around town, meeting girls out, and Grandma's getting pissed. And so who's wrong and who's right? Well, Pauline's projecting out there that Sammy needs to do something for her because she's mad at her mother was taken off the set too soon. Was there to protect her, show her love and support, and she had to be the mother. She kind of had been out of shape about that. So they created the pattern again, and but one day she followed him and waited for him, and there they came walking out the hotel, and she rolled up on him, thug style. I think it was a purse. Probably put some extra heavy things in the purse. We got to get that DVD, Molly. I know it's somewhere definitely. Go down to Waterloo and get. I know telepathically. My sister and I always communicate. No big deal. I'm not trying to piss you off, but that DVD just rehash it. I mean, this is our family unit. People have always been interested in the Wagner kids. The Wagner kids. So she rolls up on him, and my grandfather, he ran around the corner. He got the fuck up on him. Coward, right? Or who's right? Who's right? Down on the block, Pauline was wailing on this woman. What was she doing? This kid down here in knuckleball head stuff. Funny to laugh at, but she's getting some shots in, and here come the police. And he rolled up on them and said to Grandma, "That's enough, shorty." It is enough, shorty. But my grandma was like 4 or 9. Did she die on set? On set, but not in the other part. Knows that. So that'll be a nice thing. Oh, that's kind of cool the way that works. Get recycled. The bar bouncer, the guy that lived where I'm at over there, for 10 years. When he got sick, he went into the system and got zapped. So be careful of that system. Sean twisted his ankle, hurt his foot, and all this. Went into that system and almost got zapped. Pull him out because this was supposed to go on. Protect the children. My whole life is I do these. I'll review them, and I'll interact with my unit. What do you call it? My network. Rachel, let's say some prayers for Rachel. She's the neighbor over here. Sean told her she was beautiful the other night. My heart, it just melted because they know that it'll be beautiful. They love each other, but then they fight. They try to get that out. Representative of another place, and my heart melted to hear that the children getting along. And but she's having a filtration issue. Is it out there separate from her? No, we know it's from interacting with the samadhi. You can interact with it, and things resonate, and it's enjoyable. Then you interact with it, and it's the physical part of it can't get clean and heal it. So that knowing this knowledge is nice. That there's not some disease out there. The set is rigged a little bit so that some people will think that goes on and then they do all this. It's rigged pretty good show for all that, but it's a mechanism. Clean out Lower Manhattan. How do you clean it out? Or whatever's going on in New Orleans. How do you clean it out? Move it out and rebuild. It's the ebb and flow of life. But the healing power is here, that knowledge. So I got to put it out there. But let's pray for this knowledge and just let it grow, 'cause it's a good thing. There's nothing separate from you. And if you really want to heal and switch up the set or in the samadhi and how you go about it. I'm not going to do a lot of work here cleaning this out. I'm like, well, what are the accusations going to be? Do I want money out of this? You know, I could be down at my mom's doing all that, but I wouldn't be really helping anybody, but just worried about the samadhi. So you're right, Molly. Maybe a round to it. My dad always put a circle with a 2 and a U inside of it. He's like, what is that? A round to it. Get around to it. My dad and I went down. He wanted to know where the fuck he came from, man. Who's my ancestor, right? Curious about who we are. Come in here, and but we took a nice little trip down in the hills, down to the courthouses and the records and the libraries and what they had a little bit. And I think he got back to like his great grandfather, and Daniel David Kinder. I feel a little more protected talking about the dead. I'm safer there. But in the head in the newspaper, you know, the microfiche, and we were reading it. It was a big deal. But that guy came home to his wife and found her in delicto, in the act. And he pulled out his gun and he shot and killed that guy in the bed. And his wife, or my dad's great-great-grandmother, she, like, old story was she really loved that guy, but you know how it goes. So who's really to blame? They can't really make sense of it out in there. Can't be killing life, so he's wrong. But married and she made a promise, so that was wrong. But we're just reading, man. I was like, the headlines is a big court case. Was he guilty of murder? And what does that boil down to is, can you own another person? Did he own his wife? These are things kids can dream up, that you can actually own another person's life, tell them what to do because of your problems, and you're watching the set, and this is what you want the set to do, right? Nobody's doing their inner work here for a while. Get recycled all the way down to meat. Hey, great-great-great-great-grandma, how about this? How about that? But it's because they're having children too early, and then they're fighting their fights. And so how does that stuff stop? At some point, it's got to stop. Age of Aquarius. Got to build the tribe. You know, it's in the water. It's in the ice. So it's got to melt somehow. But so what did I was like, did the judge decide that? I was trying to get that clue, and no, I think it was a jury, and but he was acquitted of murder. That a woman is property of a man because of marriage. Creates quite a conundrum, quite a show. That's a pretty interesting one. So they went back and were a couple. Not that many opportunities in that little town, mountain town, right? It's at the nightclub at New York City. All beautiful girls. So they went back being a couple, and then a few years later, I want those records because fill in those details. You know, how long does that take? After a while, he developed just horrible ulcerative, gastrointestinal. Whoa, man, bad, bleeding, breaking down, and he died. And it was discovered that for those years, a number of years, she, the woman, making dinner, getting him his dinner, feeding him his dinner. Like when you see the set, it's like, but she was grinding up glass and putting it in his food. You know, thanks, but hey, knock this off. Or at least I had to get out of that set, I just laugh about it a little bit, but I think this is what's going on with me here. It just buzzes in, and I can't control that. It's not in. This one is more put back together, but the body is I'm like, what is this? So I got to tell these stories, and get to know my tribe. And this is like the very nascent beginning of it. These corners, coming over here. Shell's got all the tools for the yard. I was like, I need those, both places, and other things over there could be useful over here. And this is like my big kid project. I got these, and these are like the most special to Mike Davis. I had brought you up, Mike, a couple times, but yeah, man, Mike, talk about super athletes. Mike Davis, man, cat could fly, dude. We were at track. So yeah, a lot of football guys, because the track meet is only one event going on. You got time to mingle. But watching Mike Davis, he was a year older than me, just fly down the track, man. So it was a beautiful thing to watch. Incredible athlete, and played at UC, and then played in the big boy league a number of years, right, Mike? Yeah, I got to figure out the format of this, and so we can all just chime in. But that was why we were 0-6 my junior year in high school, because we had Mike Davis at running back. I think we just run anyone. We weren't worried about shit, man. Luck would have it, man. Right? Why do these things happen? But Mike busted his kneecap, cracked it, and he was out for the season. First game. I was devastated. I mean, everybody, the whole team was. It was lost. We didn't have Mike. We needed Mike. But it's just sports, and he went on to a successful career, and but we need the team together. For that, that was the same. Danny Davis was that same character for me at St. Mary's. There's no football at Clark. Took it away. It took away my sports. I remember saying that. Man, what a shame, man. They used to have a league where Clark would play Schaefer and Hayward, and oh man, that shit was dynamite. And that all happened, but it took it away. Got taken away. Even in Clark, I looked in the gym there, and there were even the pads and the helmets. I was like, what is that? I have to wait to get to high school, so I got 2 years in over at St. Mary's. I'd take a religious class so I could go play, be a Catholic boy. I remember I grilled that priest, man. I was like, about the story of religion on the set, and I just got him so exasperated. Like, wait, so you can act a fool because you don't know. Then when you know, then if you act a fool, then that's when you get punished by God. I said, but what if you know that? So is it okay? So you can act a fool for a while, because the story didn't add up. And I think it was for me, right? Because I wanted to act a fool for a while until I really knew, to not act a fool. Yeah, he was just like, man, just whatever. I was like, no, this doesn't add up in that little story out there on the set. Pain in the ass I was. Sorry about that one, but played some wine or a Catholic league, and great stories there. This one, hi buddy. So yeah, that feels pretty. I think I have. It'll just never end, but just that whole theme about all we're experiencing and dreaming up, and it's the love game. It's like 1% children with 99% God around it, and it's playing that love game, and it enjoys watching the show, and through us, because it is us, you are, and to see, maybe something's out on the set for that, then we can go in there and argue. That's what we're observing, and dreaming up that the bad stuff is happening out there on the set, and that there's life out there that's not me, and it's pretty. No, I gotta teach this one to not jump up. So I got my lessons, gotta do my teaching, but it's love. It's all love. So yeah, I guess I'll hop up out of here. I got the majority of that one out. Lower Manhattan though, when I was doing my thing. Jennifer moved up to Manhattan. The other one was down in the south, so I was like, I need to get out of Columbia. I wasn't having much success there. I was, but it wasn't nice enough. Right? I'm still doing it just anywhere, irresponsibly. Fun, but I was operating from that damaged child. That would be a nice trip, man. Jen was up on 33. I bounced down to Emily on. She was in the cool neighborhood down there, Lower East Side. I love that neighborhood. But yeah, no, that got all fucked up. You know, Jennifer was like, had enough of this. You know, she's for that drama. I was like, well, you know, whatever, that's fine. Let's party and have fun, friends, and you know, I'm still a little bit disappointed. Didn't get that JJ. But see, that was the only thing the child was doing out there on the set. I thought that was the goal. I didn't know what else there was. Pleasure. Didn't make excuses to go do that, but causing problems. And I go down on the Lower East Side. I'm like, okay, maybe here. Nope. And she was in like some kind of bunk bed thing, and climbed up in there, and I leaned over, and there was condoms and lube, and I just was like, ugh. Right? I got being the victim. I was like, you're having fun out there with other guys. You're not being loyal to me. Meanwhile, fucking everything else around her, right? I'm expecting her to do what I need to do. But yeah, no, that just killed my. So, it's all a waste. But like, it really wasn't all a waste. So I got the story, but you know, it's been a fun. I could see New York, so at least when I got out of there, I had another girlfriend. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna go work and do the thing, but maybe this is more important. But I would like to bring her in and apologize. It's just some help, you know. But to understand, we could pick it apart and make peace with it. And I met her, my best friend in high school, Greg. I think Greg could talk about you, Greg, and I don't think Greg will get triggered. But he got married. He was getting married in 2001. Brittany and I had the big event, so I couldn't bring her. It's too embarrassing. Big drama. But thank you for that one, Brittany. I think we'll probably get to that one tomorrow. Pretty inconceivable. But God kind of likes that inconceivable, those experiences. But so I need a fill-in, and my friend Jennifer, yeah. And we went out to Carolina, in Durham, or Raleigh. It's the same area, Raleigh-Durham. Great, nice experience, nice wedding, and you know, Greg's family was there, and I was there, and Greg's older sister, Heather, I knew her. She was older, just a couple of years though, but hang out with Greg and interact with her, and but Greg had an older sister I didn't know, and so a different personality than Heather. Me and Heather just, you know, cool. I think she might be around town here in Columbus. Last I heard, but that's probably been 15 years. But the older sister, she was really interested in me, you know. But she was married, but to them that didn't matter. So we'll dive deep tomorrow on the you know, the threesomes and foursomes and those stories. But she was like, wow, you know, grabbing me, and kissing me, and she's attractive. And her interesting thing on that for me was that they live in, or maybe still in L.A., and they had a child, and her child goes to the same daycare center as Slash, the Guns N' Roses guitarist. His child, they go to the same one, and so they're friends. All right. And like, oh, that's pretty cool. She like arranges parties and stuff. Tracy, but Tracy was calling me when I went back to Missouri, and that they had a roommate. You know, the one in Lower Manhattan, you know, I see that, but I knew that, you know, about that, the picture. So I mean, what am I getting? I knew that, you know, but here I'm getting the emotions come out, man. Like, how could you cheat on me? Really, right? Enjoy the act. So that was something I needed to see up close at some point in the stage, and I did that. But this is how I got introduced to Courtney. And I heard that voice, that energy body. I was like, oh yeah, that's going to be a good one. I had to get some of that. I want some of that. And that's how we met. So we started, you know, talking and coordinating, arranging get-togethers for that. but also for the fighting. And but she moved to Manhattan, and my college buddy was getting married in Manhattan, and but Courtney, I was like, well, I mean, I had another girlfriend recently in a conference in London, the HBEST conference, and she was gorgeous. I mean, is gorgeous person, and really enjoy. I really pushed hard for that. I was like, "You're not want to do this. It's our only chance. You're going back to Vancouver. I'm going back to Albuquerque, and or no, I can't remember. It's a little confusing, but we were in connection. We were in cahoots. I was digging on her, man. You get it. You were woke to this evolutionary stuff. That was our thing, and so I went and visited her up in Vancouver, and but she was my date to that wedding. So I was like, oh, here's a good setup, man. Go do my thing there with Courtney, and we did that. Got that on, man, on. Then I bounced on up to the wedding. Laura came in, and oops. And we had a nice time at the wedding. Did our thing. So Manhattan, I was like, this is fun. So that one did work out. Then it was 9/11, and right shortly thereafter, and so yeah, Manhattan. Laura, but that's fate would have it. Laura switched programs. That's what you do in grad school. You go get your master's, but then you got to go somewhere else to get your PhD. And you don't have to, but funner. But Laura bounced all the way down into Albuquerque. I remember I got that news. I was like, oh wait, because I had my other things going on. Always had all that. Nada was a girlfriend. And when I went to New Mexico the second time, again, 2001, she's a little Venezuelan, man. She's cute. Cute as a button. I remember saw her. I was like, oh, I need some of that. And we hung out, my boyfriend and girlfriend. And it's interesting to me, Nada, she's a professor, smart little cookie. And that just insane to me what I was doing, like going about my business, my affairs, and by tracing it back to its root of that. Remember Brooke, when I was getting ready to go to Ecuador, getting my gear, we were in like CVS, and I'm getting stuff I need, and I went out of my way that she would see me buying condoms. I just wanted to get her goat, man. I wanted to just provoke her, piss her off, because I was pissed off. And my excuse was, well, I'm going there for 3 months. You think I'm not going to do that? And I want to protect myself from the germs, the sexual germs. This is some funny shit, epic shit, man. And she got me back. She flew into New York. And when I was coming back from South America, and when we hung out with my friends there, it's good. Catch up with some of my college buddies that are still living in the city, good. And then we drove to Ithaca, another one of my places, good. But she dropped it on me. Oh, she had done that with someone else. She did that to me, and then she got my goat back. I flew into a rage. Dare you cheat on me, you fucking slut. And we fought. And but I bought all that gear with a credit card. It was a Walmart one. Got a backpack, man. I had that backpack for years. All through South, you get attached to these things at Samadhi. I remember my good buddy, dealer, he commented on that. When I was jumping around, I'd visit him. So, dealer and great friend, but that thing happened. Ooh, that smell. This is where we need a song interlude, right? I'll just take a break. But I'll get the music and just weave it all together. So that was that thing that happened behind my back. But for me, to me, or all me, make peace with it. Maybe it's not that big a deal. Hey, you just gotta wait till you're 50, be healthy, and then figure out what this life is, So when the new ones come, they don't have to go through that hell area. Or do I just walk up out of Saturday, maybe both things? I could, you want to watch the show, but it's been a ride watching it through these ones. So apologies to everyone. Robin, if you get this, I haven't been emailing them to you, but you should change the message on your phone. I felt it, that you're overcompensating to create this persona. It's too fake because you got that 1% that you need to work on. But you build this wall around. That's what I did to get through all of these experiences, right? Make that wall secure to protect the hurt little child in there. So I mean, just do the same. Just say the same stuff, but just, hey, put it more out on the set and say, hey, I got to do this. I think my sister picked up on that. It's like, that bitch is fake. But why would she say that? Because she's got hers in her. It's not that bitch is the problem. It's not the way to solve it. That's just the way children play here. For gods to see us play. We are in that FEMA camp playing that game. But the eagle will have to build that big persona. It's like all the way around. But there was a back door. That one. Let's go. So reinterpret these songs is coming up, and yeah, just more light. I watch these. I'm like, okay, that's good. And we laugh. We laugh. So we'll get the laughs, but I want the music and the lights and sounds, and the actual, get these black boxes out the fucking set, my set, and we'll build the crowd. There's gonna be I gotta get this place clean. I don't have to do anything against the samadhi. I'm not gonna struggle against the samadhi. I enjoy the ride of it. Ride around, float around. But this is a big part of it, and figure out what this set is, and it's a game. Kids play games and they have fun. Adults worry about shit and think shit's real. It's fun for that. But there's little children too, just, yeah, wait till you're 50, super healthy. The vibration, right? Everyone's helping everyone. That's the real magic. But samadhi's learn. It's learn. It's not the problem, it's the show. It's the toy to play with it. So to figure out the part how it operates, what are the frequencies, what's causing these symptoms in the body, germs. Like they're separate things. That's part of the trick. It's a trick, but it's in the mirror glass. It seems like kind of a mean trick. It's kind of a dick trick, but it's the 99% dreaming up the show with God plays part, and it wanted to see this part, this physical world. I got physics, universities teaching Big Bang and evolution. It's pretty cool set, but I had to make peace with that. Let's see if it would catch me in there. But I always had that little one piece in was I gonna take the bait and do this shit? I had another girlfriend, cute Puerto Rican, when I was at Missouri. That was a good one. I thought she was too young. She was in my class with TA over there, and she was like, ooh, I want some of that. But I was like, no, she's too young. So I kind of getting it. I was like 27, and they're undergrads, and I was like, no, I shouldn't do that. There's an age limit, some level here, right? And but then I saw that she was like friends with someone else, the graduate student in my department, who was even older than me. I thought I was old at 27. So I was like, oh, so I gave myself permission to be friendly with her, and yeah, we hit it off in that department in every way imaginable. Went over to St. Louis and visited her and her family over there, and it's unbelievable stuff. But she said one of the things that she liked in me was that my academic career, I didn't take it too seriously, So I knew some level of this bullshit, right? Take myself too seriously. This is what I am, and this is what I do. It's kind of funny people get like that, but I tried to chase her down in New York once. I remember she had moved there, and I didn't connect on that. I think she'd had enough of my show. She survived dating John Wagner. But New York got that. So you have the power to save yourself. Only you can do that in you. Nobody can do that to anyone else. But you can fight, and God's kind of curious. Get a rise. We were getting rises out of each other. We were enjoying our physical, sensual stuff, and the rise and the fight and that side of it vibrating on the samadhi is it's malleable. So I just had my period of being a knucklehead. I was talking to that priest. I said, you can. I'm still, seemingly thinking, well, is there a God or isn't there a God? Prove it to me. If there is, this loving God. I need proof. Well, I got to a lonely house with no mom. I'm pissed. And it colored stealing my adrenochrome. Honey, don't cut your cold chrome. Honey, don't cut your cold chrome. Tina Hayes was my first crush, and here comes that reproductive energy part, man. Beautiful. Second grade. Crushes in the second grade. We were out there. Finally got to get out of that school, do something else, like out in the real world, and we were the traffic guards. Tina. Great to see everyone. This is the birth to this reconnection. We got the stories and the interactions, so we do have a connection across the bridge to revisit those stories and help each other, improve our lives. A lot of us probably had children, went to work, did all the normal stuff that the set get lured into. Eat your dinner, eat your breakfast, eat your lunch, and eat your dinner. Everybody does this. It's normal. That's why the whole set, they're worried about me eating. See if I'm going to keep playing the game. Keep getting sick. The God in them is my barometer. You're not eating? Because the gods are watching it. It's like 99, and you're the one. That one's in the back, and then you're down here bouncing around, swinging on that vine. Alpha and Omega making, excuses for your bad behavior, but the bad behavior is like interesting. So I did my 40 years of that. So I got to make peace with it, and dawning of the new age of Aquarius. And so if you think you're dreaming up that you're having problems with your life and your children and the relationships, they said when the corona hit that the divorce rate went off the charts. I was like, it has to be connected to reproduction, because of course it's many layered. I think I'll work on that one and get back to that later. But yeah, divorce, and that the majority of those were people who had gotten married in the last 3 years. Boom. Knock that off, right? Quit having those children when you're going to go into the samadhi and work that job, get that money. It's funny, but you're neglecting the child at home. It needs his parents to help it and teach it. Right? So, if you're at that stage of the game, you have to go about it this way. If you want to heal that and back up on out of the projector room, you got to make peace with all the ego stuff that it did to each and everything that you part of you in your life. I got a lot with the Cornell head football coach, how he got me. He had the outside veneer, like, wow, he's dying, got his game on. But he didn't have the heart. That was in my set. It seemed interesting, and I like this side coach. We didn't have that. We were just kind of buddies, we didn't have the drama. We were friends watching the game, but and not to, it's not what I was seeing in him was what was in me. I was walking the walk, playing the game, but I didn't have the heart. I was so had the fear and the anger and the pissed offness. So I think I wanted a little bit more of that drama. That's why I chose that program, and that's exactly the way it went down. He got me good. Because junior year was my year. We'll get to that one tomorrow. I'm a little tired here, but I came back after summer, lifting and running, and but I had all those other experiences that had kind of dragged my energy down, and they all tie back to that one. If you take it all the way down that rabbit hole, each case. But I wasn't quite as strong as I was the year before, and that was my peak. Yeah, like I'm not trying or anything. You got me good. That was a good one. Oh, a lot more football stories and just breaking it down, peeling it apart. And, that's the ego part that had been walling that off for all these years. It's getting the all-seeing eye to see it and share it and express it and get it out off the chest. I get these things off of my chest. Who else do we need in here? Everyone, my whole life. Somehow this will, whatever. This is fun for me, and I necessary activity to let you know that I'm not trying to do anything to you other than we experienced what I was doing through my ego, and we were hurting and fighting each other. Mike Whaley, Aaron Hanskin, we were all the traffic guards out there in Snyder Park. We were the traffic guards, and we still are. Our set, we're just playing the game down there because we enjoy it. Each other, and how we learn and live and laugh. But the set is into that trap, and then you have those children, and then they, your time is in working, and so yeah, we get the COVID hit in the ice to shake these things up and mix up the set, a birth and a death, the death of the child. It's watching the game, and then the birth to make room for the 666 sons that we are God. Each and every one of us, and all of it. But the fire down below is what got me in trouble, big time. But it was pretty good actor, pretty good show. But I put in my time, yeah, and so I'm gonna watch it from that. Other layer. But I do have to do that work, this part of it, to put it on, to deal with it, and so that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Try to be a little bit more creative and expand the audience. I want to test the waters, right? Just jump in. I'm not like, I need everybody to hear this. I don't know what else is in that water yet, or in that ice that hasn't melted. Zombies will come out, come at me. I can get my game together, my heart sewn up in my chest. I'm working on it. Keep asking questions as we keep going through this. Mr. Kolb and Mr. See, the names it's hard to pull the names real quick, but Gary, they came all the way up to Cornell to visit me. So much they love me. Gary, what's his last name? Mr. Kolb. Can you just type it in? Because we call it. He brought all his kids over to his house to play cards. So, you guys come over to Columbus. I'm going to have some card games. Probably going to be euchre. That's in the future. Coming up here. Got tables, tournaments, and I'm like, what is that connected to? Have I seen that in the loop? And but in second grade, we were just playing that little football. Push it across and goes all the way across. It's a touchdown. We had all the little rules, and flip it up through the fingers, field goal. King hit the 10 through the goalpost. That's what we're seeing. It's what representative of that process. But it would be fun to reconnect and schedule events. But I did that for our class. I was like, this is too sloppy. I don't want to just play one person. I could beat them. So what? I was like, no, I need a tournament. I need leagues. I'm building all the mat, March Championship Madness. It's fun to watch on the set. That's why it's on the set. But, it's also COVID time for me to shake up that set. So I'll probably be doing that. Badminton's over there. I don't know about badminton. I never like badminton. It's just, I like the clean. I was a big fan of Federer, the tennis player. I just really love that. And I was driving the other day, man. It's like bouncing back and forth and just making that nice turn. And just every cell quick, So get my motion back to play again as a child, but just in this body. What's going on? But yeah, euchre tournaments, kegs, fraternity house. Got to rebuild a fraternity house over here. I got 2 houses now. Big party, street party. To watch the show once the COVID fades, and but I drive around the city. I see what's coming in, and so it'll be good to reconnect in person with the Fashis, with this message. And so, okay, well, I'll go get back to it. I don't know what to do in the samadhi, but that's what I have to do right now, is just clean the little things that are right around me, and do it conscientiously, because that is the samadhi representative. But it's hard work. What do I want for doing this hard work over here? Like money, right, Molly? Am I doing this for the money? I was like, no, maybe some toys, some cleaning toys. You know, power washer. That's so much fun. I rented one a couple years ago. Got my mom's house. Just watch that dirt go off of that brick. Just love that. So that would be fun. I mean, I could buy one now, but that wouldn't be as fun to work for it a little bit and then keep cleaning corners and just create my mansion. You know, I'm probably stuck here for until I get to that, and then the queen and king, and they've worked out that lower samadhi stuff and the relationships about people having children and getting right, cleaning up my court, so I'm ready for the way that was meant to supposed to go down, so I don't have to deal with that. But I want to help everyone that did have children too early, playing in the samadhi, child got emotionally hurt, and now you're fighting, to let you know that. But to heal that, at least save yourself from believing that there's anything out there that's not you, and that clue that what's bringing that emotion out of you is it's you. You're sitting in set, and we're all one light. So yeah, I had some anger issues there with that, like that seemingly negative senior year. I'd like to correct that so that the next time around I'm doing good things there. You know, every dancing playing in the water, I fucked that up from my issues all the way from there. Right, that's what prevented that whole senior year and me getting the accolades, and you know, it was all to impress my mom. So, what is this hair? It's just short, it doesn't fit. Okay, everybody, it's the mirror. Turn yourself into that mirror. That one you love that's coming at you with that, it's testing you. It's God testing you to see if you'll take the bait and play that game. Love or fear. It's all right here. Alright. See everybody on the next one. Much love.